which can only mean one thing. You said stop right here. Tom. 2. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. And this week we're learning a really powerful mentalism trick. You're gonna convince people that you could totally predict the future with this one. And the best part is it's super easy. There's 0 sleight of hand, and this could be your first mentalism trick ever, and you'll be able to learn it in minutes. Now, I performed this on my live stream last week, and the comments were great. You guys loved the trick, but I gotta tell you, it also broke records in the number of professional magicians and friends of mine who wrote to me saying, dude, how the hell did you do that? So it's powerful, it's easy, and it's deceptive enough to even fool some magicians. So I'm 100% sure you guys are going to love this. Before we jump into this awesome trick and learn it in great detail, let's take a second to talk about my new camera. That's right, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the quality of this video is substantially better than all my previous videos because I just upgraded to the Sony a7S III. Now, for those of you who don't know cameras that much, this means no more backgrounds flickering like a flame. This means amazing autofocus. Check this out. Bam, bam, huh? And most importantly, this means sick slow-mo footage. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Spidey, you're a mentalist. You're not a cardist. You're not an illusionist. You're not a magician. Why would a mentalist need super slow-mo? Well, you know, mentalists can also look really cool in slow motion. Okay, fine, maybe I don't need amazing slow motion, but still the quality of the video is awesome. Let me know what you guys think of the upgrade in the comments. So right now, let's jump right into the trick. Here's a performance. Enjoy. I want you guys to see what the trick looks like. Here it is. So inside this envelope, I've got a prediction, and I'm gonna try to do this as fair as humanly possible. Tom, I'm gonna go through the cards one at a time. I'm gonna flip them face up as I go through them, and I want you to say stop whenever you want. Now, to be clear, we're gonna go for the next card when you say stop, not the face up one that I just dealt. So as I go through these, like this on the table, you say the word stop absolutely whenever you like.
Stop.
Right there.
Right there.
Tom, totally up to you. Do you want to keep going, or is that exactly where you wanted to say stop?
I got a feeling about that one. Let's go with that one.
This is the one right here. Guys, make sure there's no weird sleight of hand, nothing like that. That's where you said stop, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I did say there's a prediction on the table, but I didn't tell you what it was. Again, no change, no weirdness, one piece of paper inside the envelope. Tom, I predicted that you were going to stop at the 2 of diamonds. Now, here's the crazy thing. I don't know how much attention you were paying to this deck, but there's a 7 of diamonds here, 10 of diamonds, 2 of hearts, ace of diamonds. There's no 2 of diamonds here. And if you were doing this live, they can look through it. The 2 of diamonds isn't there, which can only mean one thing. You said stop right here. Tom. 2. Right? I mean, how crazy is that? You go through the cards one at a time, they say stop whenever they want, you show your prediction, and the card that they picked always matches. It's clear, it's direct, it's mind-blowing, and it can be done virtually really well, which is why a lot of my friends have been doing this in their virtual performances since I showed them how to do it. Now, the best part of this is you really don't need that many things. In fact, you can do this with normal cards. That's not my preferred method, but we're gonna cover both. The really strong way of doing this and the way of doing it with normal cards at the end of the video. So now it's time to jump right into the explanation to learn this amazing trick step by step. But before we do that, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on for more insane mentalism, hypnosis, and magic. Here we are. These are the things you're gonna need in order to do this mentalism miracle. The first thing you need is your prediction. Now, I've done something very classic. I've written it down on a piece of paper inside an envelope. Now you certainly can do this, but guys, get creative. You can do so many different things with this. You can text them your prediction. You can have the prediction somewhere else in the room. Social media is great. After they choose the card, you could say, head over to my Instagram and check what it says under my profile. And in your profile, you could say what the card is, or in your last picture, you could be holding it up and that's the picture. Great way to get them to your social media. In multiple videos in the past, we've talked about doing, tattoo predictions on your butt cheeks. So if you ran with that and you became some weird mentalist, I don't know, like Bumdini, who reveals things on his butt cheeks, you could run with this. You could just add another miracle to that set. So yeah, get creative with the prediction. You're also gonna need a deck of cards. Now, it doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what the back design is, all the cards are different. This part is legit. The third thing that you're going to need is a double-faced card. That's what this is. This is a card that has a jack of clubs on one side and a two of diamonds on the other. Now, there are two ways you could get this. One of it is to take two cards from a deck you don't need and crazy glue them back to back. But I don't like that as much as actually buying a double-faced card, because you could see that's the thickness of one card, and I'll leave a link in the description where you could get these at a great price delivered right to you, and you get 52 of them, so you're good for the rest of your life. And you'll see later why I much prefer that. But if you don't want to do that, you could totally stick two cards back to back. The last thing you're going to need is something that fans of the channel will recognize, because I use this a lot and it's amazing for a lot of different mentalism things, and it's called Easy Tack. This is an adhesive spray that is very weak, which means it sticks things very effectively, but you can also separate them silently, which for mentalists is a dream come true. And there's tons of tutorials on this channel that use this miracle product. And again, I'll leave a link in the description, but remember this, you don't absolutely need the Easy Tack. I think the best version of this is done with it, but at the end of the video, I'll tell you how you could do this without the Easy Tack as well. Now let's assume you're going to use the Easy Tack. So what I've done over here to this card is I've applied Easy Tack, and let me show you my stencil so you can understand where the spray is. This is my stencil. Now you'll notice two things. This is just like an extra card you get in the deck of cards. I've cut out a diagonal like this from top left to bottom right, and then I've cut a small strip up here and a small strip down there. So when I put that on top of my card, and by the way, I get some sticky stuff on the back of this as well, like I give it a spray. That way, when I go to spray, it stays where it needs to stay like this. That's very important. And now I give it a spray, and what you'll notice is this. It's gonna get diagonally glued here on the card, but there's gonna be a thin layer on top and a thin layer at the bottom here that are also going to get glue on them. That's important. You can skip the top and bottom, but it's a small subtlety that's gonna make this look a lot better. So then you do that, you put your stencil on, you put the card down, you grab your Easy Tack, put something under it so you won't damage your table, and from a little distance, from about a foot away, you give it a good spray, and now the glue is going to go on that card. And notice how it's completely invisible, but that now has spray. I mean, I didn't do it just now, it was already ready. It's got glue there, and a thin strip there, and a thin strip here. This is going to go at the top of your deck, and after that is going to go the card that matches this face. So that's the Jack of Clubs. It's got a two of diamonds on the back. That's going to be the card that they're going to end up choosing. And then it's got a real Jack of Clubs under that, and then the rest of the deck. One last really important thing. The two of diamonds has been removed from this deck. It's not in here. That's extremely important. That goes here. You are ready to go. By the way, that spray, it's a one-time setup, and you're good for thousands of performances. Okay, now that you've prepared these things, the trick itself is actually a joke. There's really nothing to do here in terms of sleight of hand. It's almost self-working. That's why I love this. You don't have to worry about anything going wrong. So you start with a deck of cards, and you can legitimately show them that all the cards are different. As long as you don't do this, and they see two Jack of Clubs, look how fair that is. Perfect, you show all the cards. Now you turn the deck like this, and you're ready to go. You put your prediction to your right, and you start dealing through the cards one at a time like this. And you ask them to say the word stop whenever they want. Now let's say they say stop right there. You say, are you sure? Because if you want to, you could change your mind. It's not a problem. That's how fair this is. You want to keep going? Perfect. How about this one? The next one, this one? Great. You stop here. Now you turn over the deck and set it down. It's normal. You're done with these. So you put that down and you set it aside. Just be careful when you do this to not split those two top cards. But it's very easy because you could square it off and sort of push it over like this to the left. Now, there's important psychology here. You need to grab your prediction, or you need to grab your phone to say, look, check out my Instagram, or head to your Instagram. So you need to put this down. Now you can put it down on the table, or you could just as easily put it down over here on top of the cards. And that's what you do. Just casually drop it right there. You're not trying to hide anything. You're not trying to be secretive about anything. You're just setting it down on the table. So you grab your prediction, and in this case, you say something like, I predicted the 2 of diamonds. Now, if I wanted to go show that card, I would pick it up and I would show it. There's no real reason to spread the cards. But presentationally, you can justify that by saying this. You go, I don't know if you noticed, and now you're going to spread the cards to show them that there's no 2 of diamonds there, logically, because it's the one they chose. Now notice what happens. When you go to spread the cards, they're seeing a jack of clubs there. But when you square it up, and here's how you square it up, your fingers are going to go here, your indexes are going here, your thumbs are on the side and on the bottom, and you're squaring like this. That places the card flush on top of the deck, and now you can give it a gentle squeeze and spread, and notice how they still see a jack of clubs there, as they're supposed to. That's what's great about this, and fools so many people, because you place it on top of a jack of clubs, you spread it, and it's still on top of a jack of clubs. And now you spread the cards and you say, look, I don't know if you noticed, but there's no 2 of diamonds. You could see that. And this in their head, they're already starting to put it together like, oh my God. Now you pick this up, and I like to pick it up from here and give it another squeeze because I want that top to stick. Because look how great this is. Because we put that little bit of glue at the top and bottom, even from the side, it really doesn't look thick enough to be more than one card. So you're here because of that glue, you could toss this card around. That glue, like I said, it's low tack, but it's really strong enough to hold that together. And now you could show the 2 of diamonds, and you don't have to worry. See, if you didn't put that glue at the top and bottom, it might spread a little like this, and they might see that separation. But because you did it, you could turn that around, show it, you could throw it on the table. There's nothing to worry about. That's their card, the 2 of diamonds. The rest of the deck is completely examinable, and you have this amazingly direct revelation. By the way, this also explains why I don't like to use 2 cards stuck back to back for my double facer, because at this point, this would be 3 cards. The 2 you stuck back to back, plus the one you just added to it. So this would be a lot thicker than it should. So particularly for this trick, I recommend actually getting double facers. And again, you get a full deck and they last you a lifetime. So I think it's well worth it. Now let's look at the version without any of the sticky spray. So you're still gonna need a double facer, whether you bought it or you made it, doesn't matter. But this version, there's no sticky stuff on the surface. So in this case, you're gonna force the 4 of clubs. Now remember, very important, go through the cards and get rid of the 4 of clubs that's in your deck. So this one is gone, you don't need that. The 9 of diamonds is going to go to the face of the deck like this. And as before, you're gonna put that there, but you don't have any of the sticky stuff over there. Now, same thing here. You're gonna go through the cards like this until they say stop. They're going to say stop, let's say right there. Now you're gonna turn over the deck like this in your hand, but this time you're gonna keep it in your hand. You're not gonna set it down over there, you're just gonna keep it here. And you're gonna indicate that you have a prediction. You're gonna point, or you're gonna say, go to your phone or something like that. And in that moment, this hand is gonna drop by your side, so like by your thigh or something, and very quickly, you're gonna push that 9 of diamonds over, and you're gonna get your pinky under it like this. So I've basically just slid a little bit of my pinky, just like a little bit, it's called a pinky break, under that 9 of diamonds. So you're indicating it's happening by your side like this, you're just pushing, putting your pinky, pulling it back, and you're saying, grab your phone or pick up my prediction, and you're gonna set this down here like this as you indicate. Now, the card ends up here. What's gonna happen is, you have 2 choices. You can either have them look at the prediction and come back here, or you could say, hold on, before you open it, let's take a look at your card. You're gonna come back with your thumb, and look how good this looks. You're gonna come back with your thumb. They see a 9 of diamonds here. You're gonna come back with your thumb. You're gonna grab both cards like this. That's both cards. And you're gonna turn over both, like a double lift. And notice how they still see a 9 of diamonds. And now you turn it over and it's the 4 of clubs. Now you can't do this because that changed. That's the actual card they chose. So basically, in real time, it looks like this. Grab the envelope, I made a prediction, and let's take a look at the card you chose. It's the 4 of clubs. Take a look at my prediction. And again, this is really strong for something that you're doing, you know, that's not that elaborate. I just like the sticky one better because it's a little bit more fair. It looks cleaner. But let me know in the comments. Let me, you know, maybe you prefer this one. Let me know which one you guys like better. There it was, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you're going to put it to good use. Let me know in the comments, how are you going to use this? Are you going to do this live, or are you going to do it in your virtual show? Or are you going to do it exactly the way I did it? Do you have other ideas for the revelation that's not in the envelope? Let me know how you see yourself using this. Let me know what you thought of this, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.